We have an exciting trip coming up this summer that we can't wait to tell you all about in today's video. If you guessed we're returning to Europe this summer, you are absolutely correct, because we never do that.
So shocking, right? Wow.
Coastin Thru Europe Season 4 is happening.
Yay! And I think we have a really awesome lineup of parks. We have parks that we've been to before and love. We have some small parks that we've never been to before, and some big parks we've never been to before.
Today we're going to be telling you about all the different countries we'll be visiting, breaking down some of the key attractions at some of these parks, and just the overall videos that you can expect. But the elephant in the room here is that we still haven't finished the Coastin Thru Asia series yet, and unfortunately we will have to put it a little bit on hold for this series.
Try not to think about it.
Yeah, we have 2 more episodes that we're going to try to put out before we go on break. So the next is Guangzhou Sunac Land with Dueling Dragons. That should be out pretty soon. And then Chimelong Paradise, also in Guangzhou. And then there's 4 more episodes after that. We're going to have those out once we get back.
Yay!
But we should start off with, what country are we visiting first?
Is this like a quiz or something? I think it's the Netherlands.
It is the Netherlands.
Yes.
We are returning to the Netherlands. We've been to a lot of the big parks there, but there's also a lot of small ones too. And so we're trying to include a little bit of everything in this series, but we're starting off with one of the heavy hitters. Our first stop is going to be Efteling.
This is a park that, that first Europe trip, right? We did so many huge parks that were all, a first-time experience for me. And I was super overwhelmed, and I'm I feel like I need to go back and revisit some of them because it's like a cloud, it's like a haze of craziness that all happened so fast. Efteling, I feel like I don't remember enough of. So I'm very excited to be going back there. And Dance Macabre looks amazing.
I would say that's the big new attraction that we're going to get to experience. It's a new intimate motion simulator, this 4D experience. It looks really, really cool. We've heard nothing but amazing reviews. It's currently the only one in the world, so that was a must visit for us.
Absolutely. So the next park on the list has a really Dutch name, and I'm not even going to try because I don't speak Dutch. So I'll say it's super Americanized. Drivelet.
I'm sure there'll be people down in the comments below helping us out with that pronunciation, but regardless, we're super excited to visit the small family park. They're home to a couple roller coasters, including a Mauer X-Car coaster.
Not one of those again.
Yeah, considering the one we did last year at Bayern Park, which kind of shook us with how wild it was, I'm very curious how this one will stack up.
Yeah. I didn't hate it, don't get me wrong. But
it was just very intense.
It was really intense.
Next up, we're doing another park that is actually not too far away. I want to say it's 20, 30 minutes away, and is pronounced Doenrel. No. They are home to a Gerstlauer Eurofighter, and it looks like a pretty charming park. Again, on the smaller side, but we like visiting these smaller theme parks, especially when we're over in Europe, because a lot of the times you get some really cool, charming aspects to them and different quirks that maybe we wouldn't have experienced otherwise.
Absolutely. Next one is not in that category. It's actually a fairly large park, but it does fit the quirky vibe.
Absolutely.
That would be Walibi Holland.
Yeah, this was a must-do when we were initially planning out this trip. We said we have to go ride their new dueling Raptor coasters from Rocky Mountain Construction. This is Yoi.
This park is going to be really awesome to visit because Untamed was amazing, Goliath was awesome, and Yoi, the fact that they're going to have, I guess, technically 3 RMCs in the same park.
You have the thrill side and the chill side.
Is that what they're calling it?
Yeah. It's a Joe Draves layout with a lot of unique crossovers and moments, and so I'm not expecting it to be the craziest of the Raptor coasters, but I think it is going to be a very unique experience, so I'm looking forward to it.
I'm always here for new RMC products, so let's go.
And from Walibi Holland, we'll be taking the drive to another park that we have never been to before. This is Slagharen. They're home to a Gerstlauer Infinity coaster called Gold Rush. It's a launch coaster. This is kind of a Wild West theme park, and we've never really seen a Wild West area in a European theme park before, so I'm really curious what that's gonna be like.
America! So the next park we're gonna fit in the same day as Slagharen. It's right over the border into Germany, and the park is called Schloss Dankern. I hope that's correct. It's got 1 roller coaster. It's called Achterbahn, and we don't really know much about it, and we were told to go in as blind as possible. So
that's all we're gonna say. It opened in 2018. It's the only roller coaster at this park, so this will be a relatively quick stop, but sometimes it's these random places like this that have some of the hidden gems. And that brings us, we're actually going to pop back over into the Netherlands. We have another smaller park. This one's actually a zoo. It's called Wildlands. The big thing that makes them unique is they have dueling Vekoma family boomerangs. Literally like the ones that went to Warner Brothers Australia.
Why not?
Yeah.
Sounds fun to me.
I think they also have a cool boat ride and stuff, so this will be another half-day stop they'll go along with our next stop.
Which would be De Warbeck, which has the oldest operating steel coaster in the world.
Yeah, it's just a little kid's coaster, but it's just one of those things that,
counts.
like, absolutely. Well, and you have to, like, as coaster enthusiasts, there's these, like, certain milestone rides that you look for, right? And funny enough, we haven't done the world's oldest roller coaster, being Leap the Dips in Pennsylvania, but we sure as heck are going to travel to the Netherlands to do the world's oldest steel coaster. And from there, we're going to travel across the border from the Netherlands and spend a little bit of time in Belgium. Our first stop is going to be Walibi, Belgium.
Oh, Conda. Yes.
I love this park.
I love this park. Conda's amazing, but we're really, really excited for their new Gerstlauer family coaster, which looks absolutely amazing. It's called Mechalodon.
It looks so good. It's like a first of its kind that uses LSMs instead of typically like launched Gerstlauer family coasters use drive tires. And we have some friends that have done this one and they said it's fantastic.
I heard one person say it was better than Yoi, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
That's tea.
It's part of their new Dock World, which is a big overhaul to that section of the park. They actually also rethemed Psyche Underground, which is their indoor Schwarzkopf shuttle loop. So this is going to be a great day. I'm really looking forward to this.
Absolutely. From there, we are going to be going to a little place that I like just a little bit called Plopsaland.
Yep, we are going back to Plopsaland.
So excited.
Yeah, that is going to be a great. They don't have anything new that's really like noteworthy, but we just love Ride to Happiness, and so that was like well, yeah, if we're going to be in Belgium, we want to go ride Mechalodon, so yeah, we'll do a day to go to Plopsaland. Mm-hmm. And then one more stop while we're in Belgium, and that is going to be Bobbejaanland. We got to visit this park back in 2022. Their big signature coaster is Fury. It's the unique Gerstlauer that you actually control the experience, whether you go forwards or backwards. They also have...
It's actually a democracy.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
But
all right.
They also have a roller coaster with the world's longest trains. It's like super unique. When we went, we actually missed out on a couple roller coasters there due to long lines. So gonna go get those credits. Check out their new log flume that they did some retheming to. So that's gonna be a nice stop. That'll probably be like a good half day.
And for the last park on this leg of the trip, we're going to head back to Germany to this little park. Don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's kind of small. No one really talks about it. It's called Phantasialand.
We're going back to Phantasialand. Couldn't keep away. In a similar situation to like Plopsaland, they haven't done anything like brand new to experience, but we don't really care. We absolutely love this park. It's one of the best in the world. Last time we did 2 days there. This time we're just doing 1 day, but we're still super excited to be returning here, get back on rides like Terran and Fly. And I know for you, you actually
Crazy Bats!
You did not get to do Crazy Bats.
I know it was closed both days were there last time. I almost rided.
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
When I was there, I did it as Temple of the Nighthawk. So I didn't get to do the VR setup either. So yeah, that'll be interesting to experience.
Crazy Bats!
From Phantasialand, we'll be taking the short drive up to Dusseldorf, where we'll be flying out of the airport for the next section of the trip. And that will be flying into a location that we were actually just at last year. But there's a good reason we're returning. We'll be flying into Salzburg, Austria.
Phantasiana just got a brand new Mach Striker coaster called Helios, and we have to go back because it looks amazing. It's
a replacement for their old PAX Wild Train coaster, which we loved. May it rest in peace. But this attraction looks phenomenal. It's only the second Striker coaster in existence, right behind Voltron. This one does not have a launch though. It's just a lift hill. Trains are a very similar setup though, and it's one of 2 new Mach coasters in Austria. Wonder if we should do the other one while we're there.
I would think that would be a good idea. After that, we're going to be heading to Wiener Prater for a little ride called Wiener Looping.
This is a Mach Ride's Big Dipper coaster in the same style as Lost Gravity at Walibi, Holland, and it looks super fun. Prater was one of those places that, you know, it's obviously a very unique vibe because it is a pay-per-attraction park. Anyone can just walk in, but a lot of the rides have that fair vibe, and understandably so, but this is like a true, like, you know, typical theme park or amusement park ride, and it's a permanent structure too.
The ride looks pretty cool. It's got a Beyond Vertical Drop, 3 inversions. It looks pretty fun.
Yeah, shorter ride, but absolutely something that we wanted to do while we were in Austria. And we do have one more park that we're going to visit while we're in the country. It's just about an hour south of Vienna. It's called Family Park. And I think this actually might end up being one of the sleeper hits of the trip, because it is a true theme park. Like, and the name I feel like is almost like a little deceiving. It makes it sound like a kid's park. But this is like got some pretty immersive areas. They have a Gerstlauer bobsled, some really quirky attractions.
Yeah, it looks really, really cool. I had never even heard of it. So I'm excited to check it out. I kind of want to know as little as possible going into it because it does look really awesome. So funny enough, our original plans were going to end right around there, but we have a really awesome group of friends that are extremely convincing, and they talked us into going back to Energylandia.
Yeah, so we're gonna make the drive from Austria across Slovakia to Zader, Poland, where we'll be doing a day and a half at Energylandia. I'm really excited about this. The big new thing here is Sweet Valley, which completes the back half of the park that loop around. So they have a couple roller coasters, including a really cool mine train, and everything is themed essentially to sugar and sweets.
My favorite. This day will be pretty crazy. We'll have a lot of people coming like in and out, which should be really fun for the video.
Yeah. Of course, the big attractions there are Hyperion and Zadra. We also like Abyssus and Formula. Just a lot of really good stuff there.
Heck yeah.
Next up, we'll be then traveling, of course, to the other theme park that's in that area. We couldn't go to Poland without going back to ride Light Coaster at Legendia.
I imagine this will be a shorter stop because we've kind of got a feel for that park, and it's fine, I guess. But
we're there for the one
We're
ride.
there to just get a couple cycles in on Light Coaster and be on our merry way.
Yeah, we're actually doing 2 parks that day. So after Legendia, we'll then be making the drive to our final stop of the trip, and this is to a park that neither one of us have been to before. This is Mandoria.
Yeah, so this park doesn't have like a lot of coverage really yet.
No, not at all.
So I'm really excited to check it out because this is another one that I'm going in like pretty blind.
Yeah, it's an indoor theme park, and they just opened up a new for 2025 roller coaster called Aquila. This is a Vekoma launch coaster, threads through some really tight areas, should include some good near misses. It looks like an awesome ride, so I'm really excited to check this place out, and then we'll be heading back to the US from Warsaw.
So that is, I want to say, a total of 25 days.
Yeah.
So not the longest we've done, but certainly not the shortest either.
Absolutely, and we're really excited about this trip. I think that the coverage that we'll be able to provide is going to be really, really exciting. I know I've seen some comments of people saying, well, like, we hope that the next Coastin Thru Europe includes places like Italy or, maybe going back to Spain or doing Turkey. These are all places that we would love to do. However, this is not the time of year to do those, in our opinion.
No, and like full transparency, that was what we originally talked about doing for this year, and then we were gonna go like in the springtime or the fall. It was just not gonna be summer, and then springtime was like, oh, there's this little thing called Epic Universe opening, and then fall has now been taken up by something else. So it'll happen.
Yeah.
Maybe next year.
That it's just too hot in the summer. We experienced that a bit the other year when we did Madrid in, I think it was June or July, and it was just miserable. I've been also to Italy in the peak of summer, and it was just so unbelievably hot and humid. So we're gonna save those for a spring or fall trip some other time. But yeah, Coastin Thru Europe Season 4 is gonna be awesome. We hope that you guys have enjoyed this announcement breakdown, and there's a lot of good content to stay tuned for.
Absolutely.
So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.